what's going on? Let's get real. I hope that you are doing good wherever it is that you are. Here it is, I am again, coming to you with this week's, what is that, inspiration on my Let's Get Real YouTube channel. But someone said this, okay, and the one thing that I always want to focus on here is this: good advice and bad advice. So, good advice. Okay, so I kind of scripted my notes for today's video, and let me tell you this. For me, I really don't like scripts because I just like coming at you organically and to the point, okay? So, here's my good advice, okay, for you. I want you to obviously pray and meditate. That's good advice, right? I want you to go into reading good books by good authors, such as Dr. Kevin Leman, Dr. Gary Chapman, all of the various authors that are out there giving us good, solid advice on life, right? I also want you to focus on mentors, entrepreneurs. I want you to focus on good, positive videos, good, positive content. And most important, I want you to, if you have a psychologist or if you're taking medication, to continue in that area, but don't let that be your only way of coming out of your circumstances, right? So, okay, now, bad advice. I really didn't focus a lot on bad advice, but I will say this. I've gotten into some bad advice. Say, for instance, if somebody gave me a product to purchase, or this camera is about to expire on its minutes, I want you to focus on good advice. What good advice does somebody give you? Is it your mom? Is it your grandma? Is it, one of your cousins? Is it your best friend? So remember this, let's get real. Good advice is key. And when I come on here, I want to focus on that good advice. Now, I realize one thing, that there's also typical advice. Yeah, typical. Basic advice. So there's all these levels of advice that come out here, right? I want to get down to actually talking about the best advice. Now, if you are under medical supervision, or if you are in really dire straits, which is something that I don't want you to get to. That's why I want to focus on good advice, the good content, the good encouragement, and the motivation that I want to bring to you on this channel, which is why I want you to like, share, and subscribe so that I can continue to give you good advice. If you call it typical advice, that's okay. If you want to call it basic advice, that's okay. If you want to call it common advice. So tell me, what do you think about the advice that I'm giving you, or that I'm coming at you with, right? Because ultimately, I do want to get to the point where I can actually give you the best advice. The best advice to do on any circumstances, on any situations. And I'm not going to lie to you, okay? Whenever it is that you can't decide on something, you need to definitely write it down. Definitely. So that's why I decided to make my YouTube short on, walking around with a pen and paper. Actually, you know what? I actually feel naked whenever it is that I don't walk around with a notebook and pen, because, I'm just so used to it, right? Because That's what I do. I'm a content creator on here, other than, you know, being an encourager or a motivational speaker, if that's what you call me. But I want to focus on good advice and not bad advice. I will be talking about bad advice because I want to look at advice as a whole. All right? So once again, soy Lori G. I am in a place to be. We got content creation, food, and I'll see you in my next video blog. Good advice, bad advice. Okay. Bye! Pray always and meditate.